I love both these teams. It's like hard for me to choose, but
Right.
I'm kind of pulling for LSU. I don't care who wins because I'm going to be excited either way.
All right, so I guess we're split right down the middle. Me and Dylan with LSU, Zach and Matt here
Get ready
with
for the
Clemson.
dogfight.
So I guess the dogfight's going to start going on from right now.
Cat fight.
Stick around. There we go. That's how we end it. Get the Blitz on GoMileHigh.com.
Hey Colorado sports fans, you're listening to GoMileHigh.com, a student-operated station live from the Colorado Media School studios here in Belmar, giving you a different perspective on all things current.
Stop torturing yourself, man! Live in the now!
So stay tuned to see what's coming up next on GoMileHigh.com, Colorado's sports lifestyle.
Showing!
Every day, across this country, hundreds of college radio stations take to the air, broadcasting music and programming that you won't hear anywhere else.
It's one of the last places where people can really be able to actually say what they want to say.
Without it, you wouldn't have a place for local artists to perform. Certain people need to have a chance, a fighting chance, and college radio is that place for it.
College radio changes the lives of those who are involved with it and can change those who listen to it too.
This is where we start out, you know? From getting all this great experience working in college radio, it makes you want to work in real radio.
College radio means finding yourself. It helped me find what I wanted to do in not only school but in life.
So support college radio by continuing to listen to this station and supporting the students who make it happen. College radio, now, more than ever. A message brought to you by this station and the College Radio Foundation. For more information, please visit collegeradio.org.
Colorado Media School, hands-on learning in one of the most exciting career fields out there. Internship opportunities are limitless. We have 3 on-campus radio stations, 2 TV stations, and you'll have the opportunity to participate in projects like doing play-by-play live from a sporting event or the 48-hour film project. We have after-graduation career placement assistance and financial aid for those who qualify. Check us out online at coloradomediaschool.com, on Facebook and Instagram, and CO Media School on Twitter and Snapchat. You can also call 303-937-7070.
So I'm taking a trip over to Tibet, you know, see the sights, climb a hill or two. But I remember, oh man, I got one guy out here who I actually know. So I give an old ringy-dingy to the Lama.
What?
You know, the Dalai Lama, his laminescence, flowing robes, the grace, bald, striking really. I says to the Lama, hey, you remember that round I caddied for you down in Shangri-La? Well, apparently some station out in Lakewood taped the whole thing. See, the Lama's a big hitter. Nailed 2 eagles in a row that day. Well, he says, what station could have possibly gotten all the way out to my sacred holy lands, the Shangri? I says it was none other than GoMileHigh.com, Lama. They got the best sports coverage in the state. The Lama actually tips me this time, 2-1. So he pretty much stiffed me again. But I got him hooked on GoMileHigh.com. So I got that going for me, which is nice.
That's great.
GoMileHigh.com.
And welcome back to the Blitz. This is Daniel with Zach, Matt, and Dylan on the Blitz here on GoMileHigh.com. Just got done talking about college football playoffs. So now let's go ahead and jump into the pros, and we're going to talk about the AFC playoff picture here. There was some straight insanity on Saturday. Both games going into overtime. You had some seriously awesome storylines from the Bills choking to Deshaun's heroics, J.J. Watt coming back. So let's go ahead and start off with that. To me, honestly, I don't think it was so much the Bills choking as Deshaun Watson imposing his
Popping
greatness.
off.
See, I would disagree. I think that the Bills choked. Josh Allen forgot how to play quarterback, or McDermott on that was it 3rd and like 27 at the end of the 4th, and he scrambles back and takes a 15, 20-yard sack.
That was insane.
They were playing prevent, and you couldn't call a screen or a quick little slant, and you know what I mean, have some blockers.
They did choke. Like I'm agreeing with you on that. the Bills were playing such great football in the first half. Like, you're thinking, they're going to run them over. Bills Mafia showed up to Houston. They were tailgating outside the stadium. There were more of them tailgating outside than Texans fans. They're breaking tables, lighting each other on fire,
Yeah, and not to mention that the beginning of the second half of that kickoff, I looked at the rule books. That is a fumble by definition because it has to go behind. It has to hit the crossbar, has to take a kneel or get kicked off the field. And he just waved off his guy saying, I'm not going to take it back, and he threw it.
Yeah, he never kneeled, nothing. Yeah, no, you're 100% correct on that. That is a fumble.
Wait, I must have missed this. I'm sorry, what?
The beginning of the second
half kickoff.
The Texans guy waves. He tells his guys, I'm not returning it, but doesn't fair catch it. And then he literally just throws the ball to the ref.
He never kneels.
And the ref backs up.
That's the point where the ref should just do that. And
he did.
He did, but
So
he didn't imply
is the ball
anything.
Just sitting in the end zone at
He
this
just
point?
threw it at the
Bills recovered. It's a touchdown, and
the
they
Bills recovered it. And it
yeah,
was a touchdown?
clear recovery, everything.
And then it got overturned.
He just caught. He waved his guys off. He caught it, but he never kneeled it, and he never waved fair catch. And then after he caught it, he just kind of tossed it at the referee.
Yeah, that's
and the
what I thought.
referee said, "No, I'm not touching it. You got to get that." And then that's when the Bills came in, recovered it in the end zone. Then the other refs came in, stopped play. They got all in their little circle and told him, like, man, you know he wasn't going to return that. And then so they ended up overturning it, giving the ball back to Houston, and that's really what started the rally that brought them back in the game.
I'm going to have a popular opinion. It's going to be, everybody's going to love this. So hashtag bring back replacement refs.
They couldn't do any worse.
No, but these refs have been atrocious these past few years.
Yeah.
Watch that.
But yeah, the refs messed that up. The Bills should be in this next round, and then just how it became. I mean, Watson did play well. I'm not going to take away from his playmaking. Watt, there was a big sack that he made in the third or fourth quarter that just
completely changed the game.
Exactly, and Houston played a really good second half, but at the start of that, they did get screwed, and I'm not happy with it.
We did see the return of J.J. Watt too.
I mean,
first game back since his torn pec.
Yeah, we got the full Josh Allen experience.
Yeah,
we got the greatness of the first half, and then we have the what in the world are you doing? Lateral, like
no, that's just the build.
That was the dumbest thing I'd ever seen in my life. In real life, I had the same reaction as the announcers. It was just like, "What the hell are you doing, man?" Like, you still got it was like a minute and 33 seconds at that time. You have all your timeouts. Why are you playing like that? Is the play you have to win the game on?
Yeah. And I don't think it's a Josh Allen experience. I think it's the Bills experience.
Yeah, I mean,
they haven't won a playoff game since '95.
Yeah, I mean, Allen did choke a bit. He just had some really bad decision making. So I do knock Allen for not just keeping his composure, just hanging in there and trusting it. There was also a bad blocking the back two in the overtime that shouldn't really have been called, but I kind of see it. So, yeah, there's just some bad calls.
That J.J. Watt sack in the late third is what changed everything. Because right after that, there was that drive where Deshaun Watson went down for that 20-yard run. Then they converted that two-point conversion. And when they converted that two-point conversion, I was like, yeah, this is the beginning of the end for the Bills.
It was
that was it.
And it was such a beautiful drive, too. It looked like they scripted those plays, but really, you only do that in the first drive ever. But it just looked so perfect. Like, I don't understand. It was such a great drive. That game was amazing. But the Bills.
Yeah.
I honestly wouldn't be surprised if they scripted those coming out of the locker room, especially
I wouldn't have been either.
Yeah.
I feel like if you're up, it's more of a feel type of deal where you're just like, this is the play I want, instead of where if you need a comeback, you kind of sit there with your coaching staff and say, all right, what 4 plays can we get in succession that are going to get us
It wouldn't surprise me. It wouldn't surprise me if they did, but you just don't normally see that going into the second half. You normally see that in the first few drives.
It depends on how good of a coordinator you have.
True.
A lot of the best coordinators, they come out with a preset of plays for the beginning of the game and the beginning of the second half. And then when they go in a halftime, they go with their quarterback and their offensive line. They go over what plays they have scripted for the second half. Like, hey, well, this didn't really work in the first half, so let's change this up to something else. That's where you see those great adjustments. It's not just that they went in the locker room and they drew up a bunch of plays. They had a set amount of plays, and they're like, okay, these are what I want.
For that defense.
Yeah, exactly. For that game, what you've learned from the first half, et cetera.
It's like the Broncos' old lineman, Mark Schlereth, said back in the '98 season when they won back-to-back. Every game, those first 15 to 20 plays are scripted by Garrett Kubiak, who all week would just study that defense and know what their weak spot was, and they'd run those plays.
And that's
it was
from Shanahan.
Yeah, and Shanahan.
That's where he learned it from.
And it was just mainly TD up the middle, TD around the right, TD down the left.
Yeah,
He looked and was like, which side can I run Terrell Davis in?
And then maybe a slant to Shannon Sharp every once in a while.
That was the great thing about the Shanahan offense is that you would have 15 different formations, but it was really just one play. They just put it in so many different formations. You didn't know what was coming. And they could run this. You could run the play up the middle, or they'll run play action and then hit you over top with Rod Smith, or over on the other side with Ed McCaffrey.
Eddie Mack.
So that was the genius of the Shanahan offense, is that they would run the same play out of like 15 different formations, so you never knew what was coming.
It was almost like you had 2 plays in each formation.
Yes.
One of them is a play action pass, and the other one's a run. Like that was it.
It was like the precursor to the RPO, run pass option, essentially. Yeah.
And then we saw another great. Another great AFC wild card game that I don't think anybody's going to forget for a very long time.
Yeah.
Yes.
The
Titans-Patriots. Bill Belichick got his own medicine.
Oh, that was
I'm
amazing.
sorry I cannot say this loud enough, fun enough. This man ate everything that he has given this league for the last 20 years, all in one night, and it was glorious.
He was so mad when they put the camera on him on the sideline, dude. He was just complaining to the ref. What is this? They can't do that. Buddy, you did it like 9 weeks earlier.
You've done it for 19 years. Get over yourself.
But the most famous one was when they did it to the Jets, like week 12, whatever they played them.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, it was. I would say it was kind of boring in the sense, like, okay, they're going to be running it, they're going to drain the clock. But Derrick Henry, the way that he just ran like 10 yards per carry almost every yard.
That was good. It was his birthday, too.
Insane. Yeah.
It was a good birthday present.
Happy birthday, Henry.
You possibly
Thank you for the gift that you gave us all.
And
no more Patriots.
Did you guys see the stat that it was? This would be the first time since 2003 that the AFC, that in the Super Bowl, the AFC representative wouldn't be Tom Brady, Peyton Manning, Ben Roethlisberger, and Joe Flacco.
Yep.
16 years.
4 quarterbacks.
4 quarterbacks.
And think if Peyton Manning would have just, actually won that overtime game against the Ravens, or if what's his name, Raheem Moore, I think, jumps at the right time and knocks that ball out the air, you're talking about Brady, Manning, and Roethlisberger.
And then we want to have the topic of Joe Flacco, an elite quarterback.
I remember when
he wouldn't have a $100 million contract.
Yeah, he wouldn't have a $100 million contract if his receiver didn't bail him out.
Yeah,
but
Raheem Moore didn't bail him out by jumping at the wrong time. And I'm sorry, but the one thing I do love about that play is it's got the lamest name of any play ever.
Yeah.
The Mile High Rainbow. Like, please, thank you so much for giving that such a horrible name that nobody cares to remember. Yes.
Yeah, I didn't even know that.
See?
I had not once heard that. I'll be honest.
Yep.
But do you think the Titans are a legit contender to be a AFC, I would say champion, but
I think they're going to run into the buzzsaw that is the Baltimore Ravens. Like, a lot of people are talking about this is like mirror images of each other. The only problem is Tannehill's nowhere near the league of Lamar Jackson.
Right.
Like, they are very similar in their play style, but when it comes to pure raw athleticism and just improvisational genius, nobody can touch Lamar Jackson in the way that he's playing this year.
Lamar Jackson, the greatest running back of all time.
And he's not even.
Don't let him hear you.
Yeah,
say
I know.
that.
He'll beat the hell out of me.
No, here's the thing, though. I totally
Not bad
agree
for a
with
running
that.
back.
And he's still a quarterback.
Yeah.
He's still the greatest running
He's
back.
legit.
It's
and
like what
he
Coach
is not
Harbaugh
a
said.
running back. Like, I think this guy. Granted, I don't think he has longevity like a Patrick Mahomes or something if he can't get injured, but I think this guy is the best NFL player.
He made that
out there
Patriots
currently.
defense look like the worst defense in the league.
Maybe Christian McCaffrey might be able to be like, let me put my name in there.
Yeah,
But
he could probably put his name in that hat, but when it just comes to overall athlete, when it comes to overall athlete, Lamar Jackson has it in this league hands down. He can do literally everything. It's like, I mean, really the only Taysom Hill, but
that man is a
problem
quarterback, receiver, running back, defensive lineman, and a pump blocker.
The problem is that he is not a true quarterback.
No, he's not,
and he probably never will. I love Taysom Hill.
Yeah.
Do not get it twisted. I love the man. I love the fact that he's everywhere on the football field. But when it just comes down to pure raw athleticism, it has to go to Lamar Jackson. But here, real quick, let's go ahead and get our picks in for next week. We have for the AFC, we have Baltimore and Tennessee. I'm going for Baltimore, and we'll get into why that is here shortly. So, what about you, Zach?
I think the Titans are going to pull another upset, and I think they're going to win by 3, like 17-20.
All right.
Yeah, I want the Titans to win, man. This is going to be such a great story. If Derrick Henry's running the way he's running, Titans beat the Ravens by at least a touchdown or 3.
Gotcha. And Matt Dunn walked away from the mic.
His pick's already out there. We can probably read it.
Okay, what was your pick up there, Matt?
My pick is Baltimore.
He's going
Bandwagon.
Baltimore as well. So another one where we're split, me and Matt with Baltimore, Dylan
what
and
about
Zach with Tennessee. And we'll be right back with some more picks and more football. Stay tuned, guys. The Blitz on GoMileHigh.com.
Colorado Media School, hands-on learning in one of the most exciting career fields out there. Internship opportunities are limitless. We have 3 on-campus radio stations, 2 TV stations, and you'll have the opportunity to participate in projects like doing play-by-play live from a sporting event or the 48-hour film project. We have after-graduation career placement assistance and financial aid for those who qualify. Check us out online at coloradomediaschool.com, on Facebook and Instagram, and CO Media School on Twitter and Snapchat. You can also call 303-937-7070.
I'm taking a trip over to Tibet, see the sights, climb a hill or two. But I remember, oh man, I got one guy out here who I actually know. So I give an old ringy-dingy to the Lama.
What?
The Dalai Lama, his laminescence, flowing robes, the grace, bald, striking really. I says to the Lama, hey, you remember that round I caddied for you down in Shangri-La? Well, apparently some station out in Lakewood taped the whole thing. See, the Lama's a big hitter. Nailed 2 eagles in a row that day. Well, he says, what station could have possibly gotten all the way out to my sacred holy lands, the Shangri? I says it was none other than GoMileHigh.com, Lama. They got the best sports coverage in the state. The Lama actually tips me this time, 2-1. So he pretty much stiffed me again. But I got him hooked on GoMileHigh.com. So I got that going for me, which is nice.
That's great.
GoMileHigh.com.
Hey, Colorado sports fans. You're listening to GoMileHigh.com, a student-operated station live from the Colorado Media School studios here in Belmar, giving you a different perspective on all things current.
Stop torturing yourself, man. Live in the now.
So stay tuned to see what's coming up next on GoMileHigh.com, Colorado's sports lifestyle.
Showing.
Every day across this country, hundreds of college radio stations take to the air, broadcasting music and programming that you won't hear anywhere else.
It's one of the last places where people can really be able to actually say what they want to say.
Without it, you wouldn't have a place for local artists to perform. Certain people need to have a chance, a fighting chance, and college radio is that place for it.
College radio changes the lives of those who are involved with it and can change those who listen to it too.
This is where we start out, from getting all this great experience working in college radio. It makes you want to work in real radio.
College radio means finding yourself. It helped me find what I wanted to do in not only school but in life.
So support college radio by continuing to listen to this station and supporting the students who make it happen. College radio, now, more than ever. A message brought to you by this station and the College Radio Foundation. For more information, please visit collegeradio.org.
And welcome back to the Blitz again. This is Daniel with Zach, Dylan, and Matt. And we got Amato over there on the 1s and 2s. Thank you all for sticking with us. We're going to make a real quick round of picks here for the Kansas City and Houston Texans game. I'm just going to make it real quick, short and sweet. Deshaun Watson goes in, does more magic, beats the Chiefs. What about you, Zach?
Yeah, I'm going with the Chiefs. I don't think that the Texans are going to get this lucky in this game, and I think Mahomes is just going to light it up.
Yeah, same. Chiefs win. Close game, though, but Patrick Mahomes is playing like he was last season at this point. I think they're going to pull it off and make it to the AFC Championship again.
And what was your premature pick there, Matt?
Kansas City.
Kansas City. All right, so I am the lone wolf.
Prove us wrong.
With the Texans to see if I can take the lead.
I got Chiefs too, and the reason why is because Houston, I mean, they played a conservative offense against Buffalo. You're playing against an Andy Reid offense that's going to try to bring out, the book against you. They're going to do everything they want, They're going to have so many different looks. So many players are going to get involved. I mean, this is going to be too much for Houston's defense to handle.
Andy Reid is a mastermind.
That's where the problem I have comes in is that sorry defense that the Chiefs have.
Yeah,
Like, they had a few good games against bad teams at the end of the year to make
Broncos.
their stats look a lot better. But overall, that is a really bad defense, and Deshaun Watson's going to expose them.
Yeah.
But
I could see it.
I digress. Let's go ahead and move on over to the other conference, the NFC. We had another couple of crazy games go on there as well. Skull. You like that? Got 3 words for you.
You like that? You like that?
Had Kirk Cousins finally get the monkey off his back. He finally wins a big game, guys.
Won on primetime,
and
finally.
probably one of the worst games I've ever seen played.
Oh,
but anyways, I digress. He got a win. What do you think there, Zach?
Yeah, I think that Minnesota's defense came to play. I think that was literally the game changing for the Vikings. And then I wanted to see more trick plays out of Sean Payton because once you have Taysom Hill on there, that offense changes a little bit. And there were 2 consecutive drives where they had positive yards. One of that big bomb.
That man threw a 50-yard touchdown pass and caught a 50-yard touchdown pass.
Yeah, so you got to give credit to Minnesota. They came to play. Kirk Cousins did pretty well.
How about Kyle Rudolph with that beautiful catch in the end zone? That was not a push-off.
A little of a push-off, but not.
Yeah.
Hand fighting.
It was
exactly.
The rule with the push-off is your arm has to extend all the way out. His arm was here at the
He
best.
had pretty much full extension, but the thing is the one thing that I absolutely have to kill at this moment is people talking about why didn't they review it? It was a scoring play, people.
Refs
Every
can't decide
single scoring play, regardless if it's done on offense, defense, special teams, is reviewed. Every single one. So it was reviewed. They let the play stand. And it was even in the release. Like, why are people still beating that drum?
It's because they're Saints fans, dude. They don't get anything their way, man.
I kind of think if what happened last year against the Rams never happened and the Saints fans weren't all up in arms and we didn't have this instant replay where a coach can throw a challenge flag on those plays, I think the refs would have actually called it pass interference, like on the play. You know what I'm saying? Like instead of after, because it's a scoring play, like reviewing it, I think they would have thrown the flag and then decided whether or not to pick it up.
But the problem,
but since they had the challenge now that the Saints fans forced the NFL to put in there, I think they actually basically made their own bed here. Like, I think the Saints fans made their team lose this season because of how they acted last
They
season.
need to chill out, man. Did you see them throwing stuff at the refs when they were running out? Did you see the man, the 3 guys flipping the birds to the camera on the field on the extra point?
Well, then again, have you ever seen like a high school football game in the South? Like,
but I'm saying like
their
rarely
refs' cars are burned
Dude,
after the game.
Yeah.
and they
It's
got, like,
insane.
That's
acid
Texas.
thrown
I lived
at them.
in
Like,
Florida.
that's-
Oh, in
that's
Florida.
crazy
Insane.
stuff.
Dude,
Like,
Texas football, man.
getting a couple sodas tossed at you, you could
Yeah,
probably
I mean,
handle.
Texas,
Well, they're
California.
getting glass. That's why we don't have glass beer bottles anymore after the Cleveland-Jacksonville game.
Yep.
But they're getting like a lot of stuff thrown. Like I'm pretty sure like some Saints fan threw like his phone at him.
I mean, there was all kinds of
Yeah.
projectiles being used. But to go back to also on Matt's point is that on a scoring play, you cannot challenge. If the coach throws the challenge flag after a scoring play, they get penalized because of the fact that it is already reviewed.
Mm-hmm.
So I just need people to shut up about why didn't they review it. They did. It just they weren't going to stop the game, just like they don't stop the game during regular play. They don't stop the game after a scoring play to review it. They review it upstairs as they're getting the extra point set up. And if they want to change it, they change it. If they don't, they don't, and they just move on.
It's not a playoff. It's not a playoff game without any controversy either.
Yeah,
It's
and I guess I mean I do get it. The Saints have been hosed the last couple of years.
Mm-hmm.
They've had the Minneapolis Miracle. They had the
That was their
Nicole
own
Roby
fault, though.
Coleman.
Yeah. Can we talk that dime though that Cousins threw to Thielen, dude, to set up that score?
The greatest throw in Kirk Cousins' career. Yes, I will give him that.
That was a beautiful throw though, dude. Thielen played that ball well. Like he
Oh, yeah.
Went up and got that.
I think it's
Not
as
to
much
mention
of a
hold-
good
held off
catch
the
as it
defender.
was a good
Yeah.
throw as well. It was
Yeah.
put in the perfect place where only he could get it, and he made a great athletic play to keep the ball off the turf.
Yeah.
But you need to respect this man, all right? He is undefeated in the decade, all right? Kirk Cousins is undefeated in the decade.
You like over here. Yeah, well,
no, honestly, I'm messing, man.
The only problem is that he's going to get his reality check here in a couple of days.
Hey,
so.
I got 3 words for you. You like that?
Yeah, that was the lamest post-game speech, by the way. I'm sorry.
It's like,
to
what
say.
was the guy's his ex-teammate that played on the Redskins with him was making fun of him? It was the Packer. When the Packers won there Monday night and beat Minnesota,
Oh, yeah,
and he's walking into the locker room out there, I like that, yelling at everybody.
Yes, that was quite entertaining. So as we were just talking about, the Vikings did win, so that means they are moving on.
Skull.
Yes, they are going to be facing. Oh, geez, it just went out of my head. Who are they
San
playing?
Francisco.
San Francisco. That's right. They're playing the number 1 seed, San Francisco 49ers. And as I was just saying, Kirk Cousins going to get his reality check. That defense that San Francisco has is nasty. There's a bunch of first-round meat-eating grown men on that defensive line, and they are going to feast on some little chicken named Cousins.
And let's not forget, this is a Shanahan offense too.
Yes.
This is basically the exact same offense that his dad ran with Denver.
But
Yeah.
But like nowadays as well.
Yeah,
like,
but it's progressive.
But it's modern. It's
Yeah, it's a
modernized.
modernized
Yeah.
Shanahan offense.
But
most
still,
definitely.
though, you see so much. He uses a lot of the stuff his dad used. The play action bootleg, roll out right, roll out left, handoff. Like I still think it's going to be a really close game though.
I think the Vikings defense will keep them in it, but Kirk Cousins is going to do Kirk Cousin things in the spotlight. He's going to throw some stupid picks. They're
Man,
going to
you're
get
a
returned by
hater.
Richard Sherman. Because I mean,
You're a hater, man.
I'm just real, man. I just keep it real. I just know what's going to happen.
Yeah, I bet you said this stuff about the Saints game too, huh?
No, actually.
Oh, come on.
No. You can ask my wife. Me and my wife, because my wife is from New Orleans, full disclosure. So we spent the last week fighting about how good and how bad the Saints are. So I did not get to sleep in the bedroom for a week while I said,
hey, did you tell her?
Minnesota Vikings
did you tell
were
her
going
after,
to win?
Did you tell her off the game? You like that?
No, actually, I wanted to sleep in my bed that night. So I just kinda kept it quiet.
You wanted to sleep in the apartment that night.
yeah, I'd be calling up, hey, Mom.
Gotta spend the night.
I need your couch.
No, I think Minnesota's defense is going to I think they're going to surprise some people, and if Cook, again, can stay healthy. I mean, Minnesota
Cousins?
No, the running back.
Dalvin Cook.
Oh, Dalvin Cook, okay.
I think he's a huge factor. I did see today that Thielen and Siggs are a little nicked up, so that will kind of definitely play a part as far as if Cousins can throw the deep ball again.
Thielen just needs to stay healthy, man. After that, whatever he did what did he do? It was against the Lions. He got hurt. I forgot what it was. Was out for like a while.
Yeah, but he
just needs to stay healthy, man. If they want to win.
No, but
yeah. So I'm getting the feeling you're picking the Vikings.
Yeah, I did write it on the board.
Okay, so
I'm
he's
on
with the
Skull
Vikings.
train.
You got the Niners.
Skull.
You're a Viking as well. So who do you got there, Matt?
Niners.
You got the Niners. So again, man, we're just splitting everything. It seems to be today. So we got me and Matt with the Niners, Zach and Dylan over here, picking up them
I'm gonna
dirty
be the
skulls.
Deciding factor. I got the Niners.
Get out of here.
And the pendulum swings. A motto of the man.
Why though is because that pass rush is just gonna get to Kirk Cousins.
Oh no, you're not wrong, man.
Bro, they're gonna make him. It's not gonna be him. His decision making that's gonna force those turnovers. It's gonna be that pass rush where he's gonna, you know what I mean. He's gonna try to get the ball out as quick as possible. It's not gonna be the best decision.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. No,
It all depends.
Understandable.
It all depends on how well Dalvin Cook can run, though.
Yeah,
Because if
for
he runs all over him, then they can't just rush.
He ain't no Derrick Henry.
What's his face? Kirk Cousins.
I mean, that's what if the Vikings do want to win, which is not likely to happen. They gotta keep that San Francisco defense guessing. They got to be unpredictable, and I just think they're going to be too predictable. You know what I mean? They're going to be able to knock out the run game. You know, they're not going to be able to do nothing, and I think they're going to be able to take care of Kirk Cousins.
I think Zimmer's I think Zimmer's scheming. He's going to be scheming this whole week. Him and Kubiak.
Yeah, he is. But that's enough piling on Kirk Cousins. Let's go ahead and let's talk about how Jadeveon Clowney likes to pile on Carson Wentz from behind. So everybody's seen the play in the Seahawks-Eagles game where Jadeveon Clowney came up behind Carson Wentz and straight stole his lunch. Like, knocked dude out.
That man has a poor
To me,
career,
that is
man.
not a dirty play.
No.
He was just trying to finish. Carson Wentz is a runner at that point. He is not a quarterback anymore. He took the risk. He should have slid. Learn from the man you were playing against. Russell Wilson. I know he's a baseball player, but just slide, man.
Well, learn from your own injuries. This isn't the first time he's gotten hurt from diving head first.
It's the third time he's been hurt before or in the playoffs, man.
But there's no need for Clowney to come up on top and just put his whole body weight while he's diving forward. I think he knows that if you can get Wentz out, that you have a McCown coming back that hasn't played in a playoff game. I think it was a dirty play, and it should have been penalized, but not a suspension or ejection.
Who would have thought Luke McCown was the best 40-year-old quarterback this weekend?
Right?
Dude.
That's a good point. I love that point.
All I'm saying, dude, is I watched that thing they did for him on NFL Films. This guy is a journeyman. He has not had the best luck with any team he's played for.
Nope.
He comes
and wasn't that his first playoff game?
His first ever playoff
game.
Yeah,
well,
40 years old.
First actual game he played in.
Yeah, that he actually played.
Team,
Yeah,
because
he was on the. I think he. What was he on? Was he on the Cardinals team?
I thought it was the Rams or something.
No, he hasn't played for the Rams. No,
I think it was Cherry Creek High School or something.
The ones I know of, McCown's played for the Jets.
There's
Eagles.
only like 3 teams he hasn't played for.
He's played for the ones I know of right now are Jets, Eagles, Cardinals, Bears, Browns, Panthers. I think that's about it. But that man was a trooper, man. That man went out there and played his best.
Yeah, well, I mean, like they tell you in prison, always watch your back. You never know what's coming up behind you. Stay tuned.
Don't drop it.
This is the greatness that we have for you coming up next. This is the Blitz on GoMileHigh.com, a part of the Be On Air Network.
Hey, Colorado sports fans, you're listening to GoMileHigh.com, a student-operated station live from the Colorado Media School studios here in Belmar, giving you a different perspective on all things current.
Stop torturing yourself, man. Live in the now.
So stay tuned to see what's coming up next on GoMileHigh.com, Colorado's sports lifestyle.
Showing.
Every day, across this country, hundreds of college radio stations take to the air, broadcasting music and programming that you won't hear anywhere else.
It's one of the last places where people can really be able to actually say what they want to say.
Without it, you wouldn't have a place for local artists to perform. Certain people need to have a chance, a fighting chance, and college radio is that place for it.
College radio changes the lives of those who are involved with it and can change those who listen to it too.
This is where we start out, from getting all this great experience working in college radio. It makes you want to work in real radio.
College radio means finding yourself. It helped me find what I wanted to do in not only school but in life.
So support college radio by continuing to listen to this station and supporting the students who make it happen. College radio, now, more than ever. A message brought to you by this station and the College Radio Foundation. For more information, please visit collegeradio.org.
Colorado Media School, hands-on learning in one of the most exciting career fields out there. Internship opportunities are limitless. We have 3 on-campus radio stations, 2 TV stations, and you'll have the opportunity to participate in projects like doing play-by-play live from the sporting event or the 48-hour film project. We have after-graduation career placement assistance and financial aid for those who qualify. Check us out online at coloradomediaschool.com, on Facebook and Instagram, and CO Media School on Twitter and Snapchat. You can also call 303-937-7070.
So I'm taking a trip over to Tibet, see the sights, climb a hill or two. But I remember, oh man, I got one guy out here who I actually know. So I give an old ringy-dingy to the Lama.
What?
The Dalai Lama, his laminescence, flowing robes, the grace, bald, striking really. I says to the Lama, hey, you remember that round I caddied for you down in Shangri-La? Well, apparently some station out in Lakewood taped the whole thing. See, the Lama's a big hitter. Nailed 2 eagles in a row that day. Well, he says, what station could have possibly gotten all the way out to my sacred holy lands, the Shangri? I says it was none other than GoMileHigh.com, Lama. They got the best sports coverage in the state. The Lama actually tips me this time, 2-1. So he pretty much stiffed me again. But I got him hooked on GoMileHigh.com. So I got that going for me, which is nice.
That's great.
GoMileHigh.com.
And welcome back again to the Blitz. I am Daniel with Matt, Dylan, and Zach. We're switching it up just a little bit. We're going to go on kind of mixing the two together that we've done today, both pro and college football. We're going to move on to the draft, but we did not actually get in our last bit of picks that we need to get up on the board here, so we're going to get those out of the way real quick. So we have the Seahawks going up against
Green Bay.
Green Bay. God, I keep losing the other team. All right.
Because they're not relevant.
In this one, because of who I have going to the Super Bowl in my picks, I have to go with the Seahawks. I just think that there's something. It's kind of like that 2013 team that went in and stomped my Broncos.
Let's not talk about that.
Hey, man, like I said, I got to keep it real, no matter how much it hurts.
Cry every time. Never forget.
So, yeah, that's where I'm going. I'm sticking with the Seahawks and dangerous.
Yeah, I'm going to go with Seattle as well. I have not been sold on Green Bay at all this year. Aaron Rodgers hasn't been making those throws, having that he only has pretty much Adams to throw to. But, yeah, I'm just not sold on Green Bay. And the last time that Seattle went to Green Bay, they pulled that trick play up of the field goal.
The fake field goal.
So
that was such a good game.
So it'll be a good test for Matt LaFleur to see if he can do anything. But I think Carroll is going to be the victor and, show up the Packers.
I got to go with the Seahawks too, man. They just they're playing such great football right now, and I think going into this game, like they should have had a bye. I also think they should have had the bye.
Who, Seattle?
Seattle.
That's what happens when you lose to your division rival.
Exactly. But that game was such an amazing game, that final game against
San
Francisco and Seattle. But I'm going to go with Seattle because they just have so many more weapons, man. The way DK Metcalf popped a huff against the Eagles, that guy was something else. He has like 3% body fat or something like that.
Kid's a specimen. Yeah, he's Adonis. Like,
did he go for 160 and a touchdown? I think it was like
160 and a touchdown for 7 catches
for a rookie, man. Oh man!
And this guy's gonna be a weapon for years to come. Like I got to go with that. They got a great run game. You got Danger Russ.
So who did you have picked over there, Matty boy?
I have Green Bay.
Oh, he's the lone wolf.
Cheesehead.
We need to make you howl.
Or
go straight NFL Network up in here.
We can get a howl soundbite.
There you
go.
go.
Have to pay me a little more for that. No.
Wait, you're getting paid?
By you, right? No.
So why would you pick Green Bay?
So I picked Green Bay because I think that they are going. How do I put this? They're going to exercise their demons. I think that's how KJ or somebody put it yesterday.
We don't listen to KJ, man.
Yeah, right. KJ. I think just the history of these games in the playoffs and how they've gone with Green Bay losing each time to Seattle. Not to mention the last time that they played each other in the playoffs, Green Bay was up. I just looked at this last night. Why am I spacing it? 21-3, I want to say, was the score at some point. And Seattle came all the way back and actually won on like a last-second play, I believe, again. So I think that Aaron Rodgers understands this. I think Aaron Rodgers has the best game of his playoff career. I think that they go in there, and Seattle's defense just cannot stop them. I think it's a really high-scoring game, though. So, like...
Even though it was a different court, I mean, you had McCarthy back then, and now you have LaFleur. So
LaFleur is going to be running different schemes.
I get that. But I think that this offense actually works with Rodgers and Aaron Jones because it's actually balanced. It's not just so one-sided.
I do feel like he's more comfortable on this offense than he was with McCarthy's.
Plus, I really think when Aaron Rodgers gets a legit running back that can actually put yards on the board and stuff, like, and even put points on the board too, that goes a long way.
Takes a lot of weight off of him.
Yeah, given that he can do that play-action pass, and then let's say those first 3 guys options that he's looking for aren't there, he can still rotate out and still make those deep throws. Well, then next play first down, you're running the ball instead of everybody knows you're passing it like they were for the last 5 years. So.
Yeah, because Green Bay does have a running back that – I mean, Seattle has Marshawn Lynch, but an old one, and all their other running backs have gotten like a broken bone or whatnot.
What's their other one?
Homer.
Turbin?
Turbin, Homer, and Lynch.
Yeah.
That's their depth chart right now.
And
2 of them weren't signed to the team until 2 weeks ago.
And I think Lynch, with Marshawn going in, that first game and the game against the Eagles where they were on the 5 and he was about to get stopped on the 1, he's like, no, I'm not letting this happen again, man. I'm not letting this happen again, and dove into the end zone.
I wonder,
Dude got up.
I wonder Is it like in Marshawn's contract that they have to give him the ball at the 1 yard line or something?
Dude, it better be.
I think I saw something
Just
about that.
Take that decision completely out of Pete Carroll's hands because he obviously makes the wrong one. I don't care.
They're in
And
the
my
Super
thing
Bowl,
is like
they throw it, and
Russell
he
Wilson,
wins.
what the hell's wrong with you, dude? Like, I don't care what my coach calls. I could be Dan Marino. I got Marshawn Lynch in the backfield. We're at the 1 yard line, buddy. I'm calling an audible all day. I don't care what the coach does. What are you going to do? What are you going to do? You're going to fine me? You're going to suspend me because I won you a Super Bowl? Shut up and sit down.
Yeah. And it's like, watch. They're in the Super Bowl. 1 yard line. Russell Wilson throws a touchdown. They win. Marshawn sues the Seahawks. It's like, did you guys – I just want to talk about this real quick because I never got to it because we've been gone for a few weeks. Did you guys watch his press conference, his welcome back press conference?
No.
He walked up on stage and he goes, Happy Christmas,
15
Merry
seconds.
New Year, and walked off. He's like, I'm happy to be back here.
15 seconds.
He's like, I'm happy to be back here. I want to thank the Seahawks for letting me back in here, help them win the Super Bowl. He's a Happy Christmas, Merry New Year, and just left. And like and then all of the reporters didn't say anything. It was just silent.
They just like sat there in silence, like the camera kept rolling for like another like 45 seconds of just awkwardness.
I'm only here so I
It
don't get
was
fined.
worse than the Von Miller presser that lasted 15
Oh,
seconds.
man, dude.
Because at least then like everybody was just like okay, and they had some chatter and they shut it off. Like this one is just like, is he coming back? What's going
This
on?
man has the greatest press conferences of all time, man. I'm only here so I don't get fined.
I'm just here so I don't get fined.
AI might have a conversation about that one.
Yeah, you're not wrong.
Well, let's go and jump back into what we really wanted for our last segment here. So we got all our picks in and everything. We're going to want to talk about the NFL draft because we had a bunch of big names that have declared, even though the one was the lamest try to hype up a decision ever with Tua. I'm sorry, bro. We all knew you were going. Yeah. We all knew you were not going back. You just had the Bo Jackson injury. There is no way you were ever going back to Alabama unless you were completely retarded or you were disabled and like you were never going to play again, so you went to go back and get your degree. Outside of that, dude, we all knew where you were going. So that little trying to LeBron it completely failed. But beyond that, we also had players like Jacob Eason, Jeffrey Okudah.
Jake Fromm just committed today. So let's go ahead and jump in here about the top prospects. And not just because we all know Joe Burrow's going number 1, Chase Young's going number 2. So let's feel so
throw a
bad for
little
Joe
ring.
Burrow, man. He's going to be a Bengal.
Right. So let's get the perfect destination for one of the top prospects coming out. You can choose whoever you want, but it has to be realistic, guys. So you don't tell me about Joe Burrow going to New England. That's not going to happen.
I need to check the who's picking when. I haven't looked at those yet.
Right. So just pick one of the top prospects that you can think of and tell me what is their best destination realistically.
I think if I could pick, so I'm going to cancel out Burrow, right? Because we all know Cincy.
You all know, yeah.
I think Miami is going to skip on Tua, and I think that they're going to grab either Fromm or Eason. I think Tua's injury is just, as you said, the Bo Jackson thing. That was a career ender for him.
It was.
And so I don't think you can look at Tua and say, well, he is a great player. He's a top 5 draft pick. But with that injury, I don't think I'm going to pick him in the first round personally for me. I think he's going to, jump back. He might even go to, I don't know, he might even drop back to like a Tennessee or something. You know what I mean? Like something random.
I like that.
So
I'm going to go Jake Fromm for mine. And I'm thinking, we all know he's going to be a first rounder, but I think he's going to go mid-late. And I was thinking, he might end up in the Buccaneers or the Colts. But my ideal one would be the Buccaneers. They will be on that Bruce Arians offense where he'll have more, he'll throw the ball a lot instead of just handing it off. Bruce Arians is a real air type kind of guy, in my opinion. But a lot of people say differently. I know some people that say differently, but he's an air-type guy. Jameis Winston threw for 5,000 yards this season.
Oh, yeah, Arians, I mean, that was his thing.
With Carson Palmer.
Yeah. Carson Palmer,
he
Ben
went 30 for 30.
Roethlisberger,
Hey, what do you
Kurt
think
Warner.
about them making a 30 for 30 for Jason Winston's 30 for 30?
They need to stop. They need to stop. Famous Jameis does not need to be famous anymore, period.
And
you don't
Jake
like
Fromm.
to watch him eat W's? No? That's not your thing?
No, I love watching him eat them L's.
But Jake Fromm is the perfect fit for that offense. Because watch him in Georgia, man, he can throw the ball. And I don't know if you guys ever watch it. There's a documentary series on Netflix called QB1 when he was the high school prospect. You will like this. They've had 3 seasons so far. And he was on there. And even in high school, man, he's throwing the ball. Like, you don't see that in high school. They usually give it to the running backs. But I'm just saying, he goes to Tampa Bay. They start getting winning seasons. I don't say not in his rookie season. I say they go, I don't know, 7-9. It's 6-10 maybe with Jake Fromm if
It'll
he
be a
goes there for
growing-
his first season.
it'll be
So,
growing pains.
one question. Do you think that he's going to have to describe what he's wearing to Arian's wife at 3 a.m.?
Oh, come on, man.
I think they're gonna
I couldn't help it. I couldn't help it.
I think they're gonna put that in his contract where he can't be in communication with Aaron's wife. Because I think I feel like they take him. I feel like they'll take him, and then, boom, Jameis Winston's gone, free agency.
I like that. I didn't even think of that.
That is a good fit. I do like that. I got a better one for the Bucks though coming up. What about you, Matt?
I honestly was so trying to stay away from quarterbacks just because.
Boo.
It's just so such a crapshoot right now.
Yeah.
Man. You don't know.
Up to
like,
6 going
like
in the first
LA,
round.
the Chargers could move
83?
on from Rivers. The Patriots could move on from Brady. Like there's so many wild cards in the quarterback. So I thought, what does Washington for sure need? And I was thinking, well, a lot of things, but
everything.
One,
a new owner for
defense.
sure.
They definitely need a defense. Okay, they aren't terrible, but if they add a top piece and their defense, I think that they could actually be a legit defense pretty soon. I think Washington would be a great fit for Chase Young. I think if you took Chase Young, you pair him up with Montez Sweat, that's going to be a nasty
Lethal.
defensive line.
Dude.
That's going to look something like what we thought maybe
Miller
the
and Ware,
Miller
and Chubb.
could be.
Yep.
You know, so
But we didn't get to see that this year,
yeah, unfortunately. So like, I wouldn't be surprised to see them take Chase Young. I wouldn't also be surprised to see them move back in the draft either. So I just think that would be the best fit for Washington. Actually.
I didn't
guess
even think of
I was
that
supposed
either.
to pick for the player, wasn't I?
Yeah.
Oh, pick a player and give him the best destination.
Hey, but you know what else?
But I mean, Chase Young to the Redskins. I mean, that's legit, real. But going back on the Buccaneers, that's mine as well, but not a quarterback. I'm saying Jerry Jeudy.
Ooh.
Tell me Jerry Jeudy in that Arians offense is not perfect.
No, that is
even
perfect.
with famous Jameis throwing it to the other team 30 times, he's going to throw it to Jeudy at least 30 times
and
as
if
well.
you have Chris Godwin outside there too.
That's what I'm saying. You got that big boy out there, then you got this beast mode over here.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, if Jameis can't get it together then you know at that point definitely he's a bust and he needs to go. But thank you all for tuning in. Again, this is Daniel with Zach, Dylan, and Matt on the Blitz here on the GoMileHigh.com, a part of the Be On Air Network. We do appreciate y'all tuning in. We love you. We out.
Hey, Colorado sports fans, you're listening to GoMileHigh.com, a student-operated station live from the Colorado Media School studios here in Belmar, giving you a different perspective on all things current.
Stop torturing yourself, man. Live in the now.
So stay tuned to see what's coming up next on GoMileHigh.com, Colorado's sports lifestyle.
Showing.
I'm taking a trip over to Tibet, you know, see the sights, climb a hill or two. But I remember, oh man, I got one guy out here who I actually know. So I give an old ringy-dingy to the Lama. You know, the Dalai Lama, his laminescence, flowing robes, the grace, bald, striking really. I says to the Lama, hey, you remember that round I caddied for you down in Shangri-La? Well, apparently some station out in Lakewood taped the whole thing. See, the Lama's a big hitter. Nailed 2 eagles in a row that day. Well, he says, what station could have possibly gotten all the way out to my sacred holy lands, the Shangri? I says it was none other than GoMileHigh.com, Lama. They got the best sports coverage in the state. The Lama actually tips me this time, 2-1. So he pretty much stiffed me again. But I got him hooked on GoMileHigh.com. So I got that going for me, which is nice.
That's great.
Go Mile High.
Colorado Media School, hands-on learning in one of the most exciting career fields out there. Internship opportunities are limitless. We have 3 on-campus radio stations, 2 TV stations, and you'll have the opportunity to participate in projects like doing play-by-play live from a sporting event or the 48-hour film project. We have after-graduation career placement assistance and financial aid for those who qualify. Check us out online at coloradomediaschool.com, on Facebook and Instagram, and CO Media School on Twitter and Snapchat. You can also call 303-937-7070.
Every day, across this country, hundreds of college radio stations take to the air, broadcasting music and programming that you won't hear anywhere else.
It's one of the last places where people can really be able to actually say what they want to say.
Without it, you wouldn't have